So if we say profession, profession is a calling. What is calling? Calling means a job. Okay, again, what is the meaning of calling daw? Calling means a job. It is a job requiring a specialized body of knowledge and often long and intensive academic preparation. So meaning to say, if you say a calling, it is a job that requires a specialized body of knowledge. So tandaan niyo yung word na specialized body of knowledge kasi that is the most important characteristic of a profession. So always remember that the most important characteristic of your profession is your specialized body of knowledge. Ito po yun. Specialized body of knowledge. So wag niyong kakalimutan yung word na yan kasi that is the most important characteristic of a profession. So masasabi na professional yung course mo kapag nag-undergo ito ng intensive academic preparation. So yun yun. So kapag ikaw ay RM na at ikaw ay diploma lang, okay? So pag diploma lamang ang natapos natin, katulad ko, diploma lamang yung midwifery ko, 2 years course lang yun. So our license is not still categorized as a professional license in PRC. So professional lamang po yan. So kung gusto mong i-elevate yung license mo to be a professional license talaga, you need to undergo test under your Civil Service Commission exam or yung ating CS, Civil Service exam, para ma-elevate yung ating license as a midwife as a professional license. Tandaan yan, pag nakuha mo yung lisensya mo at 2 years course ka nung nag-aaral, ang lisensyang nasa iyo ay sub-professional license lang. Hindi yan sinasabi ng PRC, pero yun yung category ng lisensya ng mga midwife. Sub-professional license lang yun. So you need to undergo another examination for civil service para ikaw ay maging professional midwife talaga na meron kang professional license. Nakuha ko. Kasi ang profession kasi talaga, it will undergo intensive academic preparation. So karamihan ng mga professions or professions sa ating PRC, yung mga profession na yan ay nag-undergo yan ng 4 years, 5 years, 6 years academic preparation. Ang nursing, ang criminology, ang architecture, ang engineering, lahat yan ay 4 years. Midwifery lamang at saka yung may pang profession like medtech, ang hindi po 4 years ang kanilang academic preparation. So yun yung rason kung bakit ginawa nilang PSM ang midwifery, para kapag nag-exam ang isang student midwife na nagtapos ng PSM, yung hahawakan niyang license ay professional license na talaga in category. Nakuha? Nandiyan po bang ibig ko sabihin doon? So again, so masasabi po na profession yan if that course undergoes intensive academic preparation. Tinapos mo talaga yung 4 years course. Okay? So the short profession. Next, what is a calling again? A calling means a job, which means a job with special knowledge and skills, with advanced training, and with experience. So yun. So a calling. Again, what is the meaning of a calling? A calling means a job. A job, okay? A job or a calling. So kapag professional ka na, meron ka ng obligation. So pag tinanong ka sa for example, what is the meaning of obligation daw, sir? Ang meaning po ng obligation ay duty. Again, what is obligation daw? Sabi ng PGD, obligation means a duty. May duty ka na kailangan gawin. So profession has an obligation. An obligation to serve other in that field. So what is obligation? It is a duty to serve. Okay, so wag niyo kakalimutan. So again, so the most important characteristic of your profession is the specialized body of knowledge. Kailangan may specialized body of knowledge po yan. So profession must be autonomous and altruistic. Ano ibig sabihin ng autonomous? Independent ka dapat. Wala dapat makapag-control sa iyo kapag ikaw ay isa ng RM or isa ng registered midwife. Hindi ka pwedeng kontrolin ng doktor, hindi ka pwedeng kontrolin ng mga nurses kasi you are an independent professional po. Okay? So yun. So altruistic. What is altruistic? Pag sinabi natin altruistic, you are what? Altruistic means, ano yan? Pag sinabing altruistic, you are, what is altruistic? Anyone? Altruistic means what? It is the loving of thy neighbors, di ba? You are selfless. Ano daw? Selfless. Ano ibig sabihin ng selfless? Selfless actions po. Okay? You are putting priority, you're putting your priority towards other person rather than your needs. Mean kasi inuuna mo yung pangangailangan ng ibang tao compared sa iyong pangangailangan. So kumbaga kapag meron ng kapag meron ng mga mga calamities, may mga misfortune events sa hospital, kunwari, biglang namindol ng napakalakas. Instead na unahin mong sarili mo na i-save, ang ginawa mo is kinuha mo muna yung mga babies. At sinave mo yung mga baby, nilabas mo yung mga babies na nasa grave lang. So altruism yun. Why? Kasi inisip mo muna yung kapakanan ng mga babies bago yung kapakanan mo. So that is altruism. Yung ihing-ihi ka na midwife, pero hindi pa rin lumalabas hanggang ngayon yung baby ni nanay. So, inantay mo na hanggang ma-deliver yung baby bago ka nag-bladder break. Yung tawag doon is altruism. Inuuna mo yung pangangailangan o yung needs na, di ba? You are prioritizing the needs of others rather than your needs. So, ang tawag doon ay selfless actions. So, ang tawag doon is altruism. Ang opposite ng altruism is egoism. Ang egoism ay selfish. Yan. So pag selfish ka, you are egoistic. So tandaan nyo ang word na egoism or egoistic is negative word yun. Pag sinabihan ka ng ibang tao na napaka-egoistic mo naman yan. Taas naman ng ego mo, meaning to say is self-importance. Okay? Mas ano yung sarili mo compared sa iba. Okay? So the short, egoism is the opposite of altruism. Makasarili kapag sinabi natin egoism. Okay, so huwag nyo kakalimutan yun. Next, a profession must respect and abides code of ethics. So, kailangan daw, para masabi natin na professional ka, kailangan daw is meron kang code of ethics na ina-abide or sinusunod. Pag sinabing abiding or abides, it means you are following. So, you respect and you follow your code of ethics, the sections of your code of ethics. So, tanong ko sa inyo, nasa code of ethics ba na the midwife can divulge the information of the patient to third party, yes or no? The midwife is legally allowed to disclose or to divulge the information, the medical condition of her patient towards third party. So nasa code of ethics ba yun? Allowed pa tayo sa code of ethics na i-divulge or i-disclose yung information ng ating pasyente? No. So wala yun. So kapag ikaw ay isang marites na midwife at hindi mo nakokontrol yung bibig mo, may nagtanong na visitor, ay ma'am, anong sakit niya? Ano siya, meron na po siyang endometrial cancer stage 3. Visitor yan. Okay? So, as a midwife, you are not allowed to disclose your medical informations or any private informations related to your patient to anyone other than to the doctor of your patient or to the nurses or to the midwife who are caring for your patient. Kapag hindi naman siya related sa pag-aalaga sa pasyente, wala yang karapatan para malaman yung condition or information ng ating pasyente. So, in your code of ethics, sa code of ethics po ba, are we allowed also to receive or to receive commission of referrals? Allowed ba tayo na mag-receive ng commission of referrals? Are we allowed? No. Okay? So are we allowed by your code of ethics to charge exorbitant fees? Can you charge exorbitant fees to your patient? No. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng exorbitant fee? Sobra. Okay? Yung tinataga mo naman masyado yung pasyente mo na mapagkakamahal-mahal na mga fees. Kahit hindi mo naman ginamit talaga yung gamot sa kanya, charge mo sa kanya. Okay? So do not divulge information. Do not charge exorbitant fees. Do not ask for any referral commissions. And do not handle abnormal delivery cases. So pag tinanong ka for example, so what is being violated by the midwife if the midwife attends to a breech delivery cases? A, RA 7392, B, Code of Ethics po. Ano sagot ninyo? RA 7392 po ba ang na-violate mo or yung Code of Ethics mo? Ha? Ano na-violate mo? A. Are you still there? Ano na-violate mo? You attended a breach delivery case. So what is being violated by the midwife? Is it the RA 7392 or the Code of Ethics? Code of Ethics po. Why? Kasi under the Code of Ethics Section 8, sabi doon, you must only handle and attend normal cases of delivery. Ayun yun. Okay? How about ano yung na-violate mo na naman kapag ikaw po ay nag-perform ng episiotomy? RA 7392 or Code of Ethics? RA 7392 po yun. Kasi, so nung sa ating RA 7392, walang nakalagay doon na episiotomy. Only perineal lacerations if trained to do so. So, yung kakalimutan yan. So, dapat alam nyo kung anong napaviolate mo na batas. Next, as a profession, it should be oriented with its service. Dapat alam mo kung ano ba yung service mo. As a midwife, ano ba yung midwife? Para saan ba yung term na midwife? Midwife is a woman who completed academic preparation and undergoes extensive academic preparation to assist a woman during childbirth and delivery. So that is the midwife. Dapat oriented ka, ano bang trabaho ng isang midwife? Ang midwife ba ay allowed ba siyang mag-cesarean section? No. Ang midwife ba ay allowed na mag-assist ng abortion? No. So you need to know your service, your practice. Ano ba yung mga pwede mong ibigay na services? Okay? So yun yun. So, midwifery service should be free. Yes or no? Midwifery service should be free. Yes or no? Free ba dapat ang ating midwifery service? So, what is the most unique characteristic of profession now? So, the most unique characteristic of profession is caring. Okay? Caring po yung profession natin. Maalaga tayo. Alam niyo yun, yung ultimo yung tae ng ating pasyente, dinadakot natin, hindi na naging paarte. Ano? Kahit na tayo may pasyente na ng amniotic fluid, hindi tayo paarte. Yeah? So, pangit man or hindi yung ating patient treatment sa atin, we still give care to your patient. Yeah. So, the goal of profession is to be altruistic now, not materialistic. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng altruistic ulit? Selfless act. Yeah. You prioritize the needs of the other rather than your own needs. Yan. So, yung kapakanan ng iba lagi ang iniisip mo is professional. So, professional ka matatawag at yan. So, ayun. Bes, pautang naman, no? Di ba professional midwife ka? Di ba sabi sa lecture ng altruism? Ay, pag ka naman usapan, ay ibang usapan na po. No. Oo. Bawal na yung mga gano'n. Huwag na gamitin yung pagka-midwife. Pag gano'n. Okay, next. The important characteristic is your specialized value of the most unique characteristic is your caring. So what is the criteria of a profession? So the criteria of profession are the following. There should be a service orientation. Service orientation is the hallmark of profession. So each one of us, kapag RM na po kayo, kailangan alam niyo po lagi yung scope of practice. Kasi kapag once na-violate mo yung ating scope of practice under the RA 1792, mawawala po yung pagka-professional mo. Babawiin po yung license mo. Okay? So you need to know your service, your scope of practice. Next, each action made by you, you are accountable by your own action. Meaning to say, RM ka na professional ka na, inutosan ka ng nurse, ay midwife, paki-inject nga ito sa IV line ng ating pasyente. Kasi patapusin ko lang yung charting ko. Sige po, ma'am. So, tandaan mo, professional midwife ka na, bakit mo in-accept yung pag-inject na gamot? You are not allowed, okay, to inject your drugs to your patient. Kasi midwives are not allowed to inject drugs via IV. Tandaan yan, hindi po tayo allowed mag-IV injection, IV insertion. So pag ginawa mo yan, hindi mo pa pwedeng ipasa yung liability sa nurse. Sabi mo, excuse me, your honor, yan. yung nurse po kasi nagputos sa akin. Pag pinanya mo, hindi ka pakikinggan ng hukuman kasi why? Bakit po? Una sa lahat, illegal order yon galing kay nurse. So dapat as a professional midwife, you are oriented with your scope of practice, your services na pwede mong gawin sa inyong pasyente. So any actions made by you, you are accountable by your own action. So pag mayroon kang negligence act, malpractice act, ikaw mismo yung haharap sa kaso. Nakuha nyo? Unless kapag legal yung order, tapos nagkamali ka na, you can pass the liability to your superior and that is your respondent superior. Sabi ni Doktor, midwife, injekan mo siya ng 10 units of oxytocin. Injekan mo naman ng 10 units of oxytocin. Tapos, sabi niya, sige, dagdagan mo ng another 10 units. Tapos, nag-contract yung uterus niya, nag-rupture kasi hindi mo na na-monitor. So, sino may kasalanan? Yung doctor or yung midwife? Who will be charged with your negligence act? The doctor or the midwife? Ha? Is it the doctor or the midwife? Sino ma-charge ng liability doon? Yung doctor or yung midwife? Still yung midwife po. Yung midwife, why? Kasi as a midwife, you must be oriented, okay? You must always be accountable with your actions. Sabi ko nga you must always be accountable with your actions. Okay? So accountable ka lagi sa actions. So kailan nang papasok yung respondent superior sir o yung harap ng kaso ay yung superior ko? Kung during the implementation of the order may nangyaring hindi maganda kay patient. So ayun. Kunwari, yung doktor nag-order siya ng sabi na lang natin ang doctor is nag-order siya ng ano ba pwedeng order ng doktor kay midwife? Si doctor nag-order po siya ng restraint sa patient. Sabi niya, i-restrain po yung patient po ng 8 hours. Dapat every 2 hours pinapakawalan po yung mga patient natin. Kasi nagwawala daw ng postpartum mother. Ayun, nagkaroon ng injury yung kamay ni patient, nawala ng oxygen yung kamay, kailangan putulin. So, sino accountable doon? Yung midwife or yung ating doctor? Yung doctor na. Okay? Yung doctor na po yung ating CCC. Okay, so ganun yun. Pero pag sa nurse yun, si nurse ang may kasalanan. Okay? So again, so you have your criteria of profession. There are 2, service orientation and the accountability. And that is your profession. So what is professional? Professional is the person. Profession is the profession. Okay? So a person who is a member of a professional body due to education qualification and follows the prescribed moral and professional code of conduct. So pag sinabing a person, yan na yung professional. Okay? So pag a person na po, that is your professional na. Okay? If a person is the question in the board exam, a person who is a member of professional body, ang sagot ay professional. Malinaw? Okay, so next, professional adjustment. Ito lumalabas sa board exam word by word po. So ito ay laging paulit-ulit sa PGDs. Kung wala yan sa notes, you need to write it down. Okay? So what is professional adjustment? Anong ibig sabihin ng professional adjustment? From the word adjustment, kailangan mong mag-adjust, kailangan mong sumabay. Okay? Kailangan mong sumabay, kailangan mong mag-adjust sa mga pagbabago sa ating kapaligiran. So ang tawag natin doon ay professional adjustment. So ang keyword mo sa board exam, pag ang tanong sa board exam is the speed of professional change, yung bilis ng pagbabago. Diba? So kailangan mong sumabay sa ating mundo. Okay? So in our quick changing world, there are so many advances in our technology. Ang daming mga advancements sa ating technology. Okay? Ang daming mga updates, ang daming mga research results or research studies na kailangan natin i-update yung sarili natin. Kunwari, kung dati ang alam mo, pwede pang magpa-NPO, pwede pang mag-IV fluid insertion, pero hindi ngayon, bawal na. So that is your professional adjustment. You need to adapt. You need to what? you need to keep your pace. Yan, keep your pace in a quick changing world. So yun yung keyword nyo sa word na professional adjustment. So I hope pag lumabas yan sa mga post-test nyo, dapat 100% yung rate ng mga nag-take ng mga tanong na yan, ha? Kasi nakikita namin kasi kung ilan yung percentage ng bawat tanong. Minsan may mga tanong kanina, binabato sa post-test, 23% lamang out of lahat ng mga exam na nakakuha. So madami hindi nakakakuha. So inuulit-ulit namin yun. Kung napapansin nyo, pag nagpapapost-test kami, may mga tanong na nauulit-ulit. Yes or no? So, yun yung way namin para ma-absorb ninyo at saka ma-retain yung mga mahihirap na tuturo. Napansin niyo ba yun? Kung mari, lumabas na nga yun sa ating exam sa family planning, tapos test sa OB, meron na naman yun. Why? Bakit inulit namin yun? Kasi hindi siya din mababa yung score yun sa tanong na yun ng mga nakaraang post-test. Kailangan pilitin natin yun. So, yun yung kagandahan. Okay? So again, so itong professional adjustment, 2 beses po ito lumalabas sa PGD minsan. Minsan inuulit yan. Kunwari, nasa number 3 pa siya, nasa number 62 na naman. Ganun yun. Same question, same choices. So dapat kapag ganun, kung alam mo yung isasagot mo, mag-stick ka lang sa alam mong sagot. Okay? Huwag mo paguhin. So again, so what is the question in the board exam about professional adjustment? Word by word, yan po yung nasa definition niya. Pag nabasa mo yung word na the speed of professional change. Yan. The speed of professional change that must keep pace in a quick changing world. Ang sagot sa board exam ay professional adjustment. Malinaw. Isinulat pa yan kasi alam ko wala yan sa inyong handouts. So what is jurisprudence? Pag sinabing jurisprudence, juris means law, batas. Yan. Prudence means your knowledge. You know when and how things to be done. So pag sinabi naman natin, the midwife knows how and when things are to be done, that is the prudence. Pero pag pinagdugtong mo yung juris at saka prudence, the midwife is knowledgeable about the law. About the law. That is the application and interpretation of regulations, laws, and principle of law to the profession of midwives. Ang tawag ko ay jurisprudence. Okay? Jurisprudence. So pag tinanong ka, what is the application and interpretation of regulation, law, and principle of law to the profession of midwives? A, professional growth. B, professional adjustment. C, jurisprudence. Or D, bioethics. Ano sagot natin? Jurisprudence. Ano keyword natin? Juris means law. Law or batas. Prudence means knowledge. Yan. So the application and interpretation of regulation is the knowledge. Knowledge yun eh. Kung marunong kang mag-apply at mag-interpret, knowledge ang ibig sabihin. That is your prudence. Application and interpretation means prudence. Then juris means regulation, law, and principles mo. So yan yung ating jurisprudence. Yan. So next slides. So these have 5 common board exam questions in PGD. Okay nyo muna yan bago ko siya i-explain. Go. So word by word, yan yung nasa actual board exam. Hindi ko po yan binago. Kung ano nababasa mo, yan yung mismo nasa actual board exam. Yan. So naka-highlight na rin dyan yung ating keywords. So it is a need. It is a need for you to familiarize or memorize the definition of these 5 common board exam questions. Para pag lumabas yan sa board exam, perfect mo siya. Number 1, costumes. So pag sinabi natin costumes, these are the ways and acts approved by the group and the society in general. So pag sinabi po natin costumes, midwives, these are your cultural beliefs and practices. Okay? Ito yung mga practice natin na acceptable po by the groups, okay? By the community, by the society. Kunwari, pagmamano, pagpeso-peso, pagkiss sa noo, pag-handshake. Okay, those are your costumes which are approved by the group and society in general. So mga actions po na katanggap-tanggap sa mga communities or sa mga groups in society. So ito yung mga cultural practices and mga beliefs po natin. Kunwari, yung mga nanganak, So, custom po ng mga nanganak na nanay yung, ay, wag ka munang galaw ng galaw, kailangan mo muna magpahinga hanggang 40 days para ano, hindi ka magbinat, mga ganyan, okay? Ay, kailangan mo umupo sa ano, kailangan mo umupo sa arenola na may baga para mas mabilis na maghilom yung inyong sugat, that is your customs. Okay, mga beliefs and practices po nila or mga ways or actions approved by the group and the society in general. Okay? So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng customs natin. Nakuha po bang ibig sabihin ng customs natin? Customs, mga paniniwala lang po yan. Yung kumbaga, o wag kang umupo dyan sa ano, yung mga superstitious belief din natin is mga customs din po yan. O wag mo kainin yung kanya sobra kasi aantokin ka, sabi ng mga matatanda sa asawang lalaki, customs din po yun. Pupunta ka sa simbahan, kailangan mo mag-cross mag-sign of the cross, custom din yun. Sasawsaw yung kamay mo sa holy water, custom din po yun. Okay, mga customs po ang tawag natin doon. Okay? Pero nagkasakit, pupunta ka sa mga albularyo, customs yun. Mga acceptable actions or ways sa mga communities or sa mga group and society. And take note, your custom will differ from one society to another society, or one community or one group to another group. So, hindi po pare-parehas yung paniniwala natin. So, custom differs from one person to another. Okay? So, that's your custom po. Natindihan po? So, what is custom again? Yung paniniwala natin, yung mga ways or actions natin approved by the society or the community in general. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng custom natin. Next, yun yung keyword nyo Pag nabasa mo yung word na ways and acts approved by the group and society in general, ang tamang sagot po natin doon ay customs po. Yan, customs yun. Yung mga iba doon is, ang ibang choices ata doon is culture, mga ganyan. Dapat customs sagot doon. Next, bioethics. What is bioethics? Bioethics is a branch of applied ethics. Branch of ethics po ito that studies the philosophical, the social, and legal issues. So, kapag sinabing bioethics, we have your branch of applied ethics, studying philosophical, social, and legal issues po. So, dito, pinag-aaralan natin lahat-lahat about our social issues, legal issues, philosophical issues. So, lahat yan ay pinag-aaralan ng ating bioethics. Also with abortion, pinag-aaralan po yan sa bioethics. The inviolability of life, sa ating bioethics din yun. Okay? Yung mga bioethical principles natin, sa bioethics din po yun, mga autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, sa bioethics din po yun. Okay? So what is courtesy? Sa Tagalog, ang courtesy ay magalang. Again, ano daw po ang courtesy? Pagkamagalang. Okay? So pag sinabing courtesy, you are courteous because you are showing polite behavior in another person. So yun yung pagkamagalang po. So you are paying respect to other person, you are courteous. So alam niyo naman siguro yung word na courtesical, di ba? Ano ba yung courtesical? Yung magpapakita ka sa mga heads of community natin, yung mga barangay captain, barangay officials, bago kayo magkandak ng COPA. So you are paying respect. You are showing politeness in your barangay official. So courtesy po ang tawag. Courteous or courtesy. Yan. Courteous or courtesy is pagkamagalang. So ano keyword natin? Showing politeness. So that is the actual question in the board exam. These are the 5 qualities of the midwife showing politeness in one's attitude or behavior towards others. So keywords are keywords. Kahit hindi ka masyadong matalino, marunong kang magtanda ng mga keywords mo, may papasa mo yung board exam mo. Kung nabasa mo dyan, showing politeness pa lang, pagkabasa mo, alam mo na agad ang sagot. Ang sagot kapag may word na showing politeness, courtesy. Courtesy. Number 4, integrity or integridad. Yan. Integrity or integridad. Paninindigan. So ano bang ibig sabihin ng paninindigan? May paninindigan ka. You adheres to the set standard of morals on righteousness. Pinaninindigan mo kung ano ang tama, yun yung ibig sabihin nun, you are adhering. Pinaninindigan mo. Okay? Kung ano ang tama, righteousness, that is integrity. Again, what is integrity? Paninindigan. The midwife who adheres to set standards of morals or righteousness is your integrity. Yan, integrity yun. Integrity adheres to the set standard of morals or righteousness. Integrity is the correct answer. Yan. So number 5, prudence. What is prudence? Prudence is knowledge. You know how and when things are to be done. Dalawang beses din po yan lumalabas sa actual exam. Kung yung kanina ay professional adjustment, dalawang beses yung sa PGD, ito din dalawang beses din ito lumalabas sa PGD. So the question there is, the midwife knows how and when things are to be done. So ang tawag natin doon is prudence. Ang tanong is, what virtue? Yan, what virtue daw yan? It is the virtue of prudence. What is prudence again? Prudence is knowing how and when things are to be done. Naka-highlight na yung ating keyword para pagdating sa board exam, hindi nyo siya makalimutan. Yan. So, tawag doon ay prudence. Prudence po yun, prudence. Okay na tayo sa ating top 5 common board exam questions sa PGD. Mapaulit-ulit na nilalagay sa PGD na pag di mo alam yung meaning niya, mamamali ka. Pero ngayon, hindi pa pwede magkamali sa board exam. So, binigay ko na agad yung ating top 5 common board questions na mahirap sa PGD.